Hey, what's up guys? So we'll be using A&E SoCal Hipster. This is what I would have used in the last shave if someone didn't say that Don Marco smelled like a urinal puck. So yeah, A&E great soap. This is the Kaizen 1 base, or the regular Kaizen base. This is not Kaizen 2. And the matching splash as well. We'll be using the Maggard 28 millimeters, super high density. I'm just squeezing out the water here. Super high density badger knot. It is a fan knot, if you're wondering. It's not a bulb. And I think this is like the midnight blue handle. I think that's what it is. To me, it's a pretty cool handle. It kind of has like that retro feel. Like if you remember like the intro to Saved by the Bell, like it kind of has like these squiggles of yellow and pink and that type of stuff. I don't know. It has that like retro, like that old, what is that, late 80s, early 90s feel. Pretty cool. For the razor, it will be a straight today. We'll use my Jerry Stark Custom. It's a it's a 8/8, and it's a wedge, full wedge. I asked him to put the barber's notch in there just because I like barber's notch, man. I like the barber's notch in all razors. Super cool tang, super heavy, super chunky, carbon fiber scales with the red insert there. And then I wanted to kind of compare it because I haven't really compared these on video yet with my Koraat. This is also an 8/8. This is an extra hollow though. So that's the difference between the two. Obviously, you know, as far as the razor goes. Barber's notch Coca-Cola scales though, not carbon fiber Coca-Cola. You know, I like both of them, man. Like, these are my only two customs, and I can't really pick a favorite, to be honest. Like, if I have a ton of growth, this is probably gonna mow through it a bit easier because it has no give. This has no give. It's a wedge. But if I have a little bit of growth like I have right now, this will probably get me a bit closer to BBS than this. But hey, look, they both serve a purpose. They're both beautiful razors. And yeah, so let's go ahead and put that back up. All right, let me open the soap. The scent on this is just incredible. It is still my #1 scent. High Seas is like a close second, but this is definitely my #1 soap. Thomas D, who sent Mood Indigo from Mammoth Soaps, he was asking, because I gave this a 5 and a 5.5, I believe, as far as lathered scent strength. He was asking if that's 5, what do I think is like a 10? Well, I don't know if this is a 10, but this is like a 9, 9.5 lathered. This is some strong stuff. Very, very strong. And I like that. I really do like that. All right. Like I said, we're going with the load here. We'll do a, I've already proven I could do like a 7 swirl load in here and get a fine shave. I'm gonna go a little longer. This is probably like 10 swirls, 15 swirls. But that's what we're going with. Let me wet the face. Hope everybody is having a good week. We're off on Friday for Good Friday. Tomorrow is Thursday. I'm recording this Wednesday night, obviously. So we'll see. I probably won't shave again until we're doing something Friday and we're doing something Saturday. So we're doing something Sunday too. I don't know. I don't know when the next shave will be after this one. So it might be a while. We'll see. All right. We soaked our brush in our Mount Fuji mug, sent to us by Alex, the rising sun behind Mount Fuji. And we have some water sitting in our little bowl here, also sent by Alex. So I'm going to go ahead and dip the tips straight into water because I know that we're going to need it. We'll just kind of get to painting initially just to kind of get some soap on the face. This soap is... well, this base, rather, is, in my opinion, one of the best bases on the market. And when I say that, don't get me wrong, I have not tried every single base. It would be astronomical as far as the cost to try every single base of every single artisan. But I think I've tried the vast majority of the quote-unquote like higher end artisans, if that's a thing, right? And I still consider this to be one of the best, if not the best. You know, it's hard to say exactly which one is considered the best in my opinion, but for me. But this is definitely one of the best. All right, we're a bit chunky, we're a bit pasty. Let's go ahead and dip the tips and start lathering. I don't have a Kaizen 2 base soap yet, but I think Peter said that the only difference between Kaizen, well, I'm sure there's a couple differences, but the main difference that he was going for at least was the moisturizing effect, the moisturization of the base, I guess post-shave. And a lot of the people that have tried it have said that he accomplished that. So, but, you know, I watch CDB and Chris says, you know, how many of us don't actually use post-shaves? You know, whether that be a balm or splash or whatever. And probably not many of us. You know, I'm sure there's some that don't really use post-shaves and maybe they just shave and they rely on the hydration of the actual, hydration of the actual, it's not edible, people. The hydration of the soap for their moisturizer as opposed to using like a balm or something. But yeah, I'm sure there's some people out there like that, but the majority of us don't necessarily need like a whole lot of post-shave feel, I would say. I could be completely wrong. Most of you watching this, I would assume, would agree with that statement. But again, some of you may be like, well, I definitely rely on the hydration of the soap. I don't really, or not the hydration, but the moisturizing properties after the shave, based solely on the soap. I don't really worry about a balm or anything, and that's fine. I don't judge. I also apparently like eating soap because I just keep getting it on the corner of my mouth. All right, this stuff is definitely well hydrated. Lather is everywhere. Okay. Yeah, this Maggard knot is... Stop it. Stop eating this. The Maggard knot, if I were to buy it again, I would probably get the bulb, and I would probably get the knot, super high density knot, because, I don't know, I feel like this bulb, or this fan knot, and it might not even be anything to do with the fan, it might be the actual super high density, not the fan, but it's definitely a lather hog. All right, let's take the old straight out. I did put an edge on this yesterday. No, was it yesterday? What's today? Today's Wednesday. Monday, so 2 days ago. Brand new edge. So we should be slicing and dicing. No problems. And I always hate, it's difficult to see here. Man, the scent on this stuff is incredible. Ariana and Evans have been in my top soap scents for quite some time. St. Bart's was before this one. Now, St. Bart's, I think I like Black Ship Grooming's High Seas more than St. Bart's. Completely different scents, but like as far as like my top tier scents, I think I like. So it's obviously this. It's SoCal Hipster at the top. Yeah, I think it's High Seas. SoCal Hipster first, High Seas second, probably St. Bart's third, and then fourth is more than likely either Pretty Provence number 63 or I really like Summer Storm from Chiseled Face too. I don't know, it's hard. It's hard to. It really is hard to pick my favorites. Well, I mean, my top three I think are pretty easy, but other than that, it's hard to pick the rest of them, you know. If I had to do a top 10, ooh, I dread doing a top 10 for soap scents because, man, it would just be too hard. It really would. I could tell you how it would happen. Or I could tell you what would happen, rather. I would go and smell. So like I said, top three already done. I already know what that is, done. But if we're talking about the other 7 scents, I would be opening every tub, closing every tub, going back and revisiting every tub. Like, it would take me days. So, not ideal. Let's see if we can get some vision going. Hey, there we go. We can see. Oh, who emailed me? Mark S? Somebody emailed me. It was a Gmail account and asked why I don't shave. I guess they were watching some of my first videos, because my first couple of videos I didn't really use glasses. So they asked why didn't I use contacts or anything like that, and instead of using glasses. Well, I don't have contacts anymore, and if I don't wear glasses, I can't see. So that's that. No, I have a stigmatism. That's really what it is. It's not farsighted or nearsighted. I just can't, like, I could tell you that a car is in front of me, or a truck or a van or whatever, and I can tell you what color it is. I can tell you how many people are sitting inside if the back window is not too tinted. But if you ask me to tell you what the license plate says, there's no way. Without glasses, I'm talking about. Everything is just way too blurry for me. So, all right. There was one optometrist in Miami, Florida, where we used to live, that said LASIK surgery would not resolve the issue. And then the other one here in Louisiana said that he thinks it would resolve the issue. So, okay. I don't know which one. I don't know which one's correct, but oh, something I wanted to touch on because I had I sent someone a this was back in November or October, like last year. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because when Anthony was talking about it, it like rang a bell with me. And I was like, yeah, you know, I know exactly what you're talking about, dude. But I sent someone a razor just to try out. It was a gold dollar. They said they had never tried it straight. They wanted to. They were wondering if they could, if I could send them one to try out. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So sent it, he used it, sent it back. But before all of that, before he sent it back, he was asking me questions like, you know, am I supposed to be able to get like a baby bottom smooth shave and all this stuff? And it's like, yeah, you should be able to, like, depending on how well you're doing with your straight razor. Like, you know, if you're not doing, if you're not going against your growth right, or, you know, there's a whole bunch of different variables, man. Like, anyways, so the guy was basically saying that my blade wasn't sharp enough. He wasn't rude about it or anything, but he was like, you know, I get much better shaves from my DE. And it's like, well, yeah. So fast forward to today, actually, and Anthony had a video that he uploaded, and he was talking about how someone said his wasn't sharp enough. And it was the first time straight razor shaver that had kind of bought a razor. Now Anthony sells straight razors. He had honed one and sold it to this guy, and this guy had contacted him and said, hey, you know, I'm not getting a lot of hair off. Like, you know, it's not sharp enough. And I've used Anthony's edges. I know Anthony's edges are definitely sharp enough. And the guy just didn't know what he was doing. Because, you know, if you're not using a straight razor right, you know, you could definitely not get a good shave. You could cut yourself a lot, you know. It's just, what you have to remember is, like, this is just an Astra, for example, but they have absolutely no, like, there's no steel behind the edge, right? Like, they're so thin. There's no friction there. It's just, when you go against the hair, you go against the growth, it's just like, you know. With the straight razor, you have a lot of metal that you're trying to push through most of the time. That's not the right term. I shouldn't really say push through, because you don't want to really force anything with a straight razor. But you get the point. Like, there's a lot of steel there. And so that was his point. He was like, you know, he was talking to the guy and basically telling the guy that, hey, if you're having an issue, it's not the razor. So the guy sent it back. I think he shaved with it, and Anthony shaved with it, and it was perfectly fine. So just one of those things. But yeah, you know, if you're like newer to straight razor shaving and you get a blade honed by someone that knows what they're doing, and I mean, you know, I guess really, unless you watch a lot of YouTube videos, you don't really know who knows what as far as honing. But like any of the guys that use straight razors and can show you stones on their videos or on request of what they have, can probably hone, you know. So And if something's going wrong with your shave from a razor from them, it's probably you. I don't doubt that. I remember my first straight razor shave, awful. I don't think I cut myself that much. I mean, I did, but it wasn't terrible. But more so, it was like I was pushing way too hard, kind of like you do with a cart, you know, trying to like plow through the growth. And you don't want to do that with these, man. These are just bad day. You'll get a whole bunch of little Japanese flags. I promise. Oh yeah, this edge is nice though. Seriously, this edge is going against the grain there. The razor's having no trouble with it. It just makes a lot of noise peeling through it. What's going on there? Must have had a little, there too. Must have had a little something going on there. But yeah, all that to say, you know, most of the time, in a lot of the things in life, it's not necessarily the tools, it's the user. And again, I'm not even just talking about straight razors, I'm talking about everything. I was thinking about ordering some bulk supplies, and wow, it's really nice actually. Yeah, I don't know how Peter could, I'll get back to what I was about to say in the first place, but I don't know how Peter could make the post-shave feel any different on Kaizen 2, because this feels awesome right now. So, I don't know, man. But apparently he did, so. All right, let's do a little touch-up pass on the Neckarooski. Yeah, I was thinking about buying some bulk supplies like coconut butter and coconut, what is it called? Coconut butter and all kind of like soap making stuff. Not shaving soap stuff, but just hand soap. And trying to do my own little thing, if I could. Just to try it, really, for nothing more than just trying it. I'm not trying to sell it or anything like that. I'm not even trying to, I'm just trying to do it, basically, just to try it like a hobby. That's all. Couple little weepers. Weepas. You can tell there's not much lather there, but I could promise you it's slick. Slick. So there's like a soap calculator and stuff that you can look at for like the lye amount in water and stuff. Lye being the L-Y-E for hot soap making. So yeah, I've been looking in that and seeing what I could do and that type of thing. Pretty cool, pretty fun. Like I said, this is for a hobby, nothing more. All right, nice shave, nice shave. Ooh. Good there. Typical spot here on the neck. This side's actually okay. Little spot right there. We're not worried about it. It'll be okay. Ooh. Cold water feels nice. All right. Let me wipe off the blade really quick. What are we at? 25 minutes? Yeah, this will be a feature length. I think the only person that actually watches these long videos are Linguophile. At least he says he does. I don't really know. But yeah, I don't know anybody else that would sit here and watch this for this long. All right. Like I said, A&E SoCal Hipster. All right. This is excellent. It's such a nice scent. Wow. And the sillage on this, like the amount of time that it stays on your face and like the scent I'm talking about, is crazy. It's like 8 hours. I'll wake up tomorrow morning and still smell this. Crazy. Whew. All right, that's the shave, guys. Appreciate you watching. Always be kind. See you next shave.